My name is Claudio Mingrino. First of all, before starting why I made this presentation, this is a GIS Symposium. We are, part of the Hexagon group, so my presentation will not be a specific presentation on specific applications, but it will try to address some strategic vision regarding the GIS futures. I believe that this is our role as technology leaders. Hexagon is the biggest group, biggest organization in the world for geospatial-related solutions. If we put together Intergraph, Hexagon Geospatial, Hexagon Solutions, Leica Geosystems. So it's our role to drive the change in the GIS world. Why Hexagon Geospatial has been created? Hexagon Geospatial has been created by Hexagon Board of Management for reshaping the future of the geospatial and GIS industry. So this is the goal of my presentation today. And another comment, I come from the IT world. I worked for more than 12 years in large IT companies that nothing, they were doing very, very few things with geospatial. So when I joined Intergraph 20 years ago, I tried to bring also this paradigm of IT into the GIS developments of Intergraph. So my presentation is addressing those things. The agenda, market trends, and the first question is very provocative, is technology and business. And the question is, but the traditional geospatial, geographical information systems are now enough? Are the traditional developments in technology are okay, are correct for the future of the business? Or the market is demanding a change? Then, we listened to the Blake presentation, but the other presentation of our colleagues, a lot of data, a lot of sensors, a lot of dynamic information are driving our lives every day. Think of security or location-based services, consumer. So we must exploit these sensors in action and provide information and not data. But information are the important things, not the data. And dynamic information must be transformed in dynamic, smart solutions, because these solutions are not smart, are very expensive, are very complicated. We will not make our job. And then the change. What is Hexagon doing for driving the change in the geospatial industry? Market trends. There are a lot of suppliers of technology. There are a lot of suppliers of GIS functionalities, development languages, regional GIS vendors, frameworks for web visualization, operating system, GIS-enabled operating system, open source offering, GIS-enabled development framework, consumer GIS application with application programming interface, data manipulation tools. There's a lot of technology. The technology is not a problem anymore. I believe that you can find the right technology for a specific application very, very, easily, even free of charge sometimes. But this is not a problem. But the technology is now driving a change because there is a proliferation of point cloud elevation data. There are 5 million USGS leader collection and management programs. A lot of data. Emergence of low-cost microsatellites. Look at Planet Labs, Skybox, Imaging, Artcast, and this kind of data. Increases emphasis on 3D analytics, very, very important. Adoption of unmanned vehicles that are reporting data. A lot of UAVs that are getting data and reporting data. And then mobile application, fusion of airborne and terrestrial information, and integrated business intelligence with geospatial. As far as the business is concerned, the satellite data now provide selling information subscription, so a large amount of data available. Google and Microsoft are selling geospatial data platform with GIS functionalities, very simple. There is a shift from the perpetual licenses to the subscription pricing. So paying for just subscribing and not for becoming owner of technology. Open data initiative in Western Europe, open data are generating a large amount of data. And cost of the clouds and storage is decreasing. And ongoing privacy and security concern with cloud-based solutions around, where my data are stored. where my relevant data are stored. So we have to change something. If we want that the GIS technology will be compliant to these business changes and technology change, we have also to change our technology. And we always use this paradigm of the sensors. Obviously, we see and we perceive something, we touch, and we have some, sense and some data from the touch. We have the sense of smell, we have the sense of taste, and we have the sense of ear. So we have all these 5 senses, and our brain recognizes these senses. And as an engine, our brain, that is a perfect engine, it elaborates and processes all this data and go to a decision, based on this. And the best, paradigm is this one. When you are a surfer, you have these 5 senses in action, and continuously they interoperate to each other. So if we apply this paradigm to the GIS, to the technology, this is a similar thing. We have a lot of sensors, a lot of information, a lot of application, a lot of data that are coming. We have to integrate this data in a dynamic way for providing a simple decision, even if yes or no, for a security intervention. So, how the industry understands the change? The industry understands the change because what it is, before and after. So after we have to make a decision, but we have to take a decision before this is happening. Because with all the data that can predict what is happening, we have to take the decision before. And so it is important that the sensors in action will be integrated. And the sensor collect raw content. So we have a company in our Hexagon organization, like a Geosystems, that is a leader in collecting all this data, space, air, and ground. But then all this data must be organized, must be processed, and we have to analyze the content. Make an example, the largest geospatial image is a single image from Germany that you have to use, because otherwise you cannot use this large amount of data, and you can use technology. So otherwise you have data and you don't have information, and there are technology available. There are technology that can put together all this information in one technology, like Apollo, Airbus Apollo. But this is not for promoting Airbus Apollo, for making example that these technologies for integrating data and reducing data and making them available are existing in this moment. And then you have to take action. You have to decide, you have to transform this data into valuable information for taking decisions. So what are the problems? Too much data. We have too much data available, but very few information. We are running now a project in Middle East for security with 2,500 sensors that are communicating information every hour. At 1,000 and 1,000 information of data every hour. How you can take decision in a security project if you are not able to, manage this data and transform them in information? Analytics are not providing the right answer in this moment. There is not the right solution for analytics. And we have to fuse this geospatial information also with communicating information for delivering the solution that make real sense. For this agriculture man that doesn't know anything about GIS, he has to take a decision when to crop, how to crop, depending on the meteorological situation, depending on the status of the ground, depending on what is seeding in which season. And we can help him in taking a decision even if he's not a geographical information system expert. So the challenges that our industry is facing is too much time passes from the change to action. The things are changing, we take action too late because we are not able to integrate the data in dynamic way. We need to update to face the big data management, the big storage. Even the cost of the storage is decreasing, but the cost is still high. Streamline analytics, get mobile. The presentation of Blake is clear. We have now billions of data in any moment. What are the valuable data and what are not? And we have to address access problem, content and application. And the focus must be to data to information, automation, big data management, geospatial analytics, and smart platform. What is the role of Hexagon? The role of Hexagon is to do a better job for making sense of our dynamically changing world. This is our motto. Combine solutions that work together in a smart way. Let me go quickly to Hexagon, and obviously everything starts with data collection, as we have saw before. We have to provide integrated solution for these UAVs that are pervading in the market. There is a study about UAVs. There will be billions of data in the next few years available. If you combine with the data coming from the mobile, smartphone, smart TVs, discussing later, the number of tablets will overcome the number of PC in business application in the next few years. We have to streamline the product offering from GIS, remote sensing, photogrammetry, distribution, mobile. And we have to integrate these sensors, fusing these sensors in the real world. So, reshaping the application industry. So, we have this technology. Perfect. I don't believe that it's perfect. So, we can solve the problem of integration of sensors in this moment. We can provide data collection and data management solutions. We can do several things that are very, very innovative, but there is a winds of change. The technology is changing. In the information technology world, the change was every 6 months. When I was in IBM, every 6 months we were changing our strategy because the technology was changing, the demand was changing from the users. Now, in the GIS industry, we are too slow in changing. What is the role of Hexagon? Changing. Status quo. Breaking the status quo. The traditional approach is geospatial technology into departments, integrating data with others, but into departments. Limited information is made available to everybody, so the information remain proprietary, remain on your PC, on your server, on the cloud, but not available to everybody. The time required to turn the crank is slow, manual, tedious, and expensive, difficult to scale, and startup investment are too big. Because when you have to start up, you spend a lot of money. And the user segmentation is still the same. The users that produce data, the users that are using data, they are many, they are the information and the geographical information system are still delegated to few people. And we don't want to do this, because this is what we are doing now, putting the geoprocessing into the cloud, giving mobile application, giving WebGIS, giving smart client, data from photogrammetry, imaging, raster and vector data, content provider, but this is not enough. We want to protect what the customer did with investment, but also changing the world. How we want to change the world? We want, first of all, give different solutions in comparison to the desktop and the web applications that are existing now. We want to provide the power of the web solution, of the desktop solution, with the possibility to address millions of the web solution, and with smart client applications that are very, very innovative. And transform the platform, the technology into solution. So uses the technology for being the foundation of solutions that everybody can use. We have to develop application based on space, functional mobile for cadastral solution, desktop for cadastral solution, critical infrastructure protection, smart cities for better government, competitive advantage, go green, and obviously creativeness and innovation, providing everything. In a smart city, the real value is the integration of all the application. It's not that any application is smart. The smartness of a city is that all the applications are integrated. Otherwise, the scale is not respected. And then providing, geospatial software development kit to the developer. Why? Because we want that the developer are changing the world. In which way? We want to deliver a new standard. We don't have a standard. As you know, Hexagon Intergraph never had a standard. We want to deliver a standard because data information cannot be locked, and Hexagon is capable to provide this new standard.
but we want to do a little bit more. You know, there was a guy, unfortunately, he was my hero, also when I was in Cupertino, he was very close to me, he was young like me, that is that guy, that created an organization that changed the world, but not because of the Apple, the Apple mobile, because first of all there is a Samsung guy, no, for the concept that he created. He created a change in the economy. And he created that he transformed the way in which the music and the media are delivered to the public. iTunes is a strategic change in the business. And we want to do the same. We want to transform the geospatial economy. We want to create a paradigm similar to that for changing the way in which the GIS technology will be provided. Exploiting all the technologies that are available right now, but implementing a new business model in which everybody will be a protagonist of a GIS development, application, smart solutions, data, and sensor providing. And not only crowdsourcing, but everybody will be part of this, and everybody will take an advantage as a user and as a producer in the business and in the technology. So, the next generation cloud infrastructure will see subscribers, consumers, producers, solution users, with developer and seller that will be our partners, internal partners, Intergraph, AFIB, Geosystem Middle East. Our partners that are here in Middle East and the other part of the world, our internal company like Intergraph and like a Geosystem and so on, but also external partners. And everything must be put available in our cloud for exploiting all the application in Apple-like model. For doing what? For making sense of the business and obviously to transform the business and the industry of the geographical information system. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mingrino.
Was it pay time?
Yeah, actually, it's perfect time. Okay, so again, we'll take 5 minutes if there's any questions for Mr. Mingrino.